Welcome back to the channel. There are three big Air India topics in this video: route changes, Boeing 73 MAX and 787 options, and new codeshare agreements. Air India is making some big changes to its London operations this summer, cutting its longest route to the UK capital while increasing flights on more profitable ones. At the same time, the airline is revamping its global network, boosting service on key routes and cutting others, all as it kicks off a long-awaited cabin retrofit program for its Boeing 787 and 777 fleets. One of the biggest shakeups is the suspension of Air India's Kochi-London Gatwick route, which will be halted from March 30th, 2025 until further notice. Officially, the airline says this is due to its cabin retrofit program, explaining that the temporary reduction in operational aircraft means it needs to focus resources on core services. However, industry observers suspect there might be more to the story. While the route had strong load factors, often exceeding 90%, yields weren't as impressive. According to Aviation Insights, lower base fares and the route's long distance likely made it one of the airline's worst performing UK services in terms of profitability. Data from the UK Civil Aviation Authority shows that Air India carried nearly 70,000 round-trip passengers between Kochi and London Gatwick from January to November 2024. But that apparently wasn't enough to keep the route viable. Another challenge was its operating cost. The Kochi-London Gatwick flight was over 1,000 miles longer than Air India's shortest UK connection, Amritsar to London Gatwick, and had a flight time that was 2 hours longer. These additional costs, combined with the relatively lower fares, likely made the route unsustainable. Whether or not the service will return in 2026, once the retrofitted fleet is fully back in action, remains to be seen. Even though Kochi is being dropped, Air India is actually increasing its presence in the UK this summer. The total number of flights at London Gatwick will stay the same, thanks to added services from Ahmedabad and Amritsar. Other increases include 3 additional weekly flights from Delhi to London Heathrow, bringing the total to 24, operated by a mix of Airbus A350-900s and Boeing 787-9s. Amritsar to Birmingham will see an increase from 3 to 4 weekly flights, served by the Boeing 787-8. Amritsar to London Gatwick will also increase to 4 weekly flights with the Boeing 787-8. Meanwhile, Ahmedabad to London Gatwick will go from 3 to 5 weekly flights, also with the Boeing 787-8. This expansion aligns with Air India's broader UK strategy, which focuses on cities with strong demand from both business and leisure travellers, as well as the Indian diaspora. Air India is also strengthening its presence in Australia through a newly established codeshare partnership with Virgin Australia. This agreement opens up seamless travel to 16 additional destinations beyond Sydney and Melbourne, including Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, and even popular leisure spots like the Gold Coast and Queenstown, New Zealand. Under this partnership, Air India passengers can now enjoy simplified travel with baggage checked through to their final destination on a single ticket. Virgin Australia's Chief Strategy and Transformation Officer, Alistair Hartley, highlighted how this partnership makes it easier for Indian travellers to explore Australia by leveraging Air India's 14 weekly flights and Virgin Australia's extensive domestic network. Air India's Chief Commercial Officer, Nipun Agarwal, reinforced Australia's importance as a key international market, noting that this collaboration enhances connectivity for both business and leisure travellers. The codeshare officially launched with bookings opening on February 11th, 2025, and flights commencing on February 18th, 2025. The airline is taking a cautious approach due to Boeing's current production challenges and regulatory scrutiny, particularly following a recent Alaska Airlines safety incident that led to tighter oversight by the US Federal Aviation Administration. Boeing's monthly production cap of 38 jets is impacting delivery schedules, and Air India is closely monitoring the situation through weekly communications with the manufacturer. Despite these setbacks, Air India remains committed to its long-term transformation. The airline has already expanded its order book, adding 85 more Airbus aircraft in October 2024. While considering future fleet diversification, CEO Wilson has also hinted at potential collaborations with alternative manufacturers like China's COMAC, provided they meet safety and reliability standards. A major reason for these network adjustments is Air India's ambitious cabin refurbishment program. In addition to dropping the Kochi-London route, the airline will also be temporarily suspending its Mumbai-Melbourne route for most of the summer, from March 30th to September 13th. Again, the airline points to its aircraft retrofit program as the primary reason for the cut. The retrofit of the Boeing 787 fleet is set to begin in April, with the first upgraded aircraft expected to return to commercial service in October. According to Air India, thereafter, 2 to 3 Boeing 787s will be inducted per month until all 27 legacy aircraft have been upgraded. The refurbishment will introduce new seats and upgraded in-flight entertainment systems. The Boeing 777 retrofit, originally planned for this year, has been pushed back to early 2026 due to production constraints at the selected seat supplier. However, Air India is still taking the opportunity to refresh other elements of its 777 interiors in 2025 ahead of the full retrofit program. To bridge the gap while waiting for full renovations, the airline has partnered with SIA Engineering Company for an interim upgrade of 13 Boeing 777 aircraft operating on North American routes. This includes new seat covers, cushions, curtains, and carpets, aligning with Air India's refreshed brand identity. The airline aims to complete these interim enhancements by December 2025, covering ultra-long-haul routes to the US and Canada. Air India's current strategy is all about balancing short-term capacity challenges with long-term growth ambitions. The airline is dropping routes that aren't yielding strong financial returns while increasing service on profitable ones. At the same time, it is making a huge investment in modernizing its fleet, which will ultimately improve the passenger experience and allow for more efficient operations. Despite the suspension of Kochi-London Gatwick, Air India is clearly committed to expanding in the UK, strengthening ties with key markets and positioning itself as a more competitive global carrier. Let us know your thoughts and comment below. Please also like and subscribe to our channel to help us grow and bring you daily aviation news.